This is a process video for Spiegel Mom Scraps, where I am going to be using two types of collections today, which is from the August collection. So if you ordered it on pre-order, now they are separated, and you can use my code Miranda15 to save 15% off of your order of anything that you purchase in the shop. So the one collection I am going to be using is Light It Up, and the other collection is going to be Sweet Joy. And what I am using is a bunch of different things. So I am using the Scrap Room May 2024 collection, which is a Cartabella Bloom collection. And the Cartabella Bloom collection. And then I am going to be using a sketch that is from the Page Maps. It was the March 2020 collection. So what I am going to do here is that it was an 8.5 by 11 sketch, or that you could do for inspiration, and I'm spreading it the way out to a 12 by 12 layout. If you guys all know, you guys know pretty much that I do typically just 12 by 12 layouts. I do dabble into traveler's notebooks, a couple other things, a few mini albums here and there, but mostly 12 by 12s. And I do know that I got to get back into my traveler's notebooks. I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, I need to get to those. But what I am planning on doing here is that I got out my trusty Stampin' Up trace that I use to poke my holes, and then their piercing tool, poking tool, whatever you want to call it. What I am doing here is I'm following the holes that are already pre-planned or pre-punched into this stencil, and then I just poke them. And you will see on camera here, I do quite a bit of it, and then I turn it all off and do it myself. So I go and I put it in one, and then I'm taking one of the colors that are from the Light It Up, and then I'm placing it in there. Then I do another back stitch, and then I pull it through, and then I put another one in. So I'm doing every other so that there is space, and I'm going all along this whole entire piece of paper that I'm using for what is in the sketch that I'm using from Page Maps. I absolutely love how this worked out. It just did what it was supposed to do. It just made the bling bling. It just did everything like it was. I just love everything about it. So you'll see me here. As you can tell, I'm getting a pretty good rhythm going. So I was talking to one of my good friends, Bree, and we just talked, and I finished this whole entire thing up while I was with her. And then when I was starting to put this together, I was like, I want to do another one. So you will see in the next part of my video that I did another round of this, and I took another color or another sequence color out of the Light It Up and did it around my daughters and my photo that I am using. Now, I am going to place this down. You can see that it is done. And then over there in the corner there, you can see that I backed the photo up on some foam tape, and then I'm going to place my layering so that I can be able to tuck underneath my sequence mix and my two pieces of pattern paper that I'm going to use for my layering. Now, the photo is where the appointment line. Now, if you don't know, welcome to the channel. My husband is now retired for almost 2 years now. We just hit 1 year. We're a year and a couple months into the second year of being retired out of the military, but we still use military insurance and all of that fun stuff. So the appointment line gave us the wrong time, but the right date, which thank God they did, because let me tell you, if I had to take off another day of work, I don't like taking time off, because as a teacher, it's just too much to take off to try to make this, it's just too much work. That's all I'm going to say. So this was done in March of 2023. And this was around that time frame of when Josh had all his appointments. I had Kaylin's appointments, and they were all meshing, and then he was getting out because he retired in May of 2023. So we had to leave and come back to do her physical. So we decided we'll just go to Starbucks and sit down. And she is, I made her a Starbucks snob. And so that's all she does. But she does not take coffee. It is hot cocoa. She's got a way of doing it. It is what she drinks all the time. I don't know if she'll ever drink coffee. We'll see. But she is a hot cocoa connoisseur. For sure. So I am just now going to embellish out of this. I really love the stickers and everything about this collection. It is super gorgeous. So while you are watching me embellish it, make sure that you go check out the website for Spiegel Mom Scraps. I will link everything down below. Make sure you use my code Miranda15 for 15% off. If you are coming from Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I do design teams, collaborations, all of the fun stuff. Hit that like and subscribe button. Now, if you are on my channel, make sure you go check out Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel. They do an amazing stuff. All the design teams does all of their fun stuff. So if you're wanting more step-by-step tutorials, see how you can use their sequences, different things, that is the channel that you want to go check out. Now, I am just kind of going through and figuring out what I want to do for my title, and I figured family would work because obviously her and I are family, because she is my daughter. So I was like, that title will work. There wasn't really a title on the sticker sheet, and I didn't get much of anything else really to use for this collection from the scrap room. I really love the scrap room. The scrap room does amazing with their kits and things like that I'm like, I am definitely going to, I've been getting them now for like 2 or 3 years, and I've been getting Spiegel Mom Scraps for like years. I just love their sequence mixes. I get out the old ones, the new ones. Well, because I'm on the design team, obviously I got to use the new ones, but on a lot of my other layouts, I'll use up my old ones. Like, they just match anything. It doesn't have to be just one collection or the other. They match a lot of things. You can pull out certain colors out of them. Some of my collections, I'm down to just having, like, instead of a mix, I'm down to, like, one color or the other that's left in there because I use them quite a bit. So on these butterflies, the last thing that I do to make this a little bit more blingy is, if you know, on my butterflies or bees or moths or whatever I find to like put on there, I will typically take my black Nuvo drop or one of my black drops and put little dots to make it like travel, like it's traveling. And this time around, I decided that I am going to use sequence. So that is the last thing that I use of these sequence mix, and that's where the Sweet Joy comes in, because I use so much of the lighted up collection for the bling around the paper and my photo. I decided to take the Sweet Joy and use some of the color tones out of there for the 3 butterflies and then the bee that I have down on that bottom piece. The still shots definitely show what I am talking about. It is super easy to do a back stitch, and I love doing it. Now, I will say that sometimes it's painstakingly, it is what it is. It's like a pain in the butt to sew and whatnot. People say it all the time, but I enjoy it. I love doing it. I don't do it often because, I am a teacher and stuff, a full-time teacher, and this is my side hustle. So I wish I would have more time to be able to sew more. But when I do have time, I do things like this, and I love it. So now I am taking those pieces out of that sweet joy, and that is what I'm doing for these butterflies, and then that one little bee that's down on that floral, that flower that's down there. I love how this just turned out. It's just correct, perfect, every which way possible. And Everybody asked me about this jewel picker. Just go onto Amazon, type in jewel picker, and you'll find it. I got one that's got 2, so that's what I use for putting my sequence mixes down, and it's absolutely amazing. And the glue I use is the Art Glitter glue. I will round out the splatters here. I do have the links to my 2 favorite splatters. The liquid paint sticks are my favorite. And then I do use another off-brand if the liquid text is out of stock. And I do need to get some in. I do need to get some in because I'm out of it. So those are linked in the description. All of the information is down below. Here is my splatters. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.